us observe how brilliant the two conference, interviews and vlogs, who is confidently smart with a heart.
Nung nasa Congress ako, anong klase bang mga batas yung aking final? Dalawa sa mga final kong batas ay yung pinakauna kong final ay nakalimutan ko yung title. Yung pinakauna kong final ay
Ma'am, what is your ultimate comfort food? When you're very tired and you're very stressed, ano yung hahanapin mong food? Ako, arroz caldo, gusto ko.
Ako naman yung arroz caldo, not really when I'm tired. Pero parang alam mo yung mga breakfast buffet sa mga hotel. Pag merong arroz caldo, pasado sa akin.
Oo, pero pagod na pagod ka, ano yung comfort food mo naman?
Ako kasi, yung mga bata kasi iba-iba yung kinakain. So ako, usually, hindi ako nagkukook ng gusto ko.
Favorite food?
Oh gosh, it gotta be.
What exactly?
Oh, it's just the basic stuff. The basic stuff that everybody eats. I guess it's our usual adobo, sinigang, nilaga, and then of course there are the delicacies in Ilocos, the pinakbet, and dare I say it, the bagnet and dinengding. Those are foods that essentially I can't live without. Right. If I'm abroad and I'm not getting it regularly, that's how I learned how to cook.
Kasi di ba po, when you became VP, there were so many narratives, lies, criticisms that were thrown at you. It's so beautiful that you said, against all the lies and doubts, he's the only one that remains true.
I think despite the difficulties, talagang parang blessing from above na sinastrengthen yung character mo. Kasi siguro, halimbawa, siguro sa vice presidency, kung naging madali sa akin lahat, siguro yung ginagawa namin yun, hindi iba yung ginagawa namin. Ang gusto ko sabihin, halimbawa yung admin, very supportive.
Oh, yes.
Siguro hindi kami ganito kagigil.
Kamotivated.
Kasi alam namin na wala kami. Alam mo yun, na we were able to come up with a program where we partner with the private sector.
So many things too.
How do you handle po, Sir Bong, yung mga criticisms, mga bashers, yung mga hate, the anti-Marcos?
Well, we're in political life. They'll find me a person in political life who has no critic, who has no hater, who has no bashers, who has no critic. So that's something that we learned to live with because I remember very well when he was Senate President. I remember being in Baguio for some reason, and every day the newspaper would be oust Marcos, oust Marcos. Basta binabanatan siya ng gusto. I'm talking young. I was quite young.
Ilang taon po kayo nun?
I must have been 6 years old.
So, 6 pa lang?
Nababasa na ako. You could read already. So,
And you would get affected nung time na yun, syempre.
hindi ko maintindihan, ba't galit sila sa daddy ko? Ba't galit na galit sila? Siyempre, babasahin ko dyan, hindi ko naman naintindihan kung ano yung pinag-usapan nila. So I remember asking an aunt, saying, ba't sila galit kay daddy? Bait naman si daddy. Hindi, ganyan.
And to this day, Sir Bong,
Kaya nga,
the mere surname, merong mga talagang pag narinig Marcos. But your father po, how did he handle that? Yung mga Aus, Marcos, yung mga critic?
Trabaho ng tatay ko, trabaho ng. That's nothing. I've been called worse names. I've been called every name in the book. If you're making your enemies angry, you're doing a good job. And we go back to Churchill. If you haven't made any enemies, you haven't done anything. You know, our president now, so if you look at the surveys, ang taas-taas ng popularity, ng approval rating at lahat, meron pa rin galit sa kanya, meron pang minumura siya, meron pang kung ano sinasabi. Hindi mawawala yan eh. And we learned that lesson I did anyway, I learned that lesson very early on.
At the age of 6.
Specifically mining, which I think is one of the most controversial environmental issues.
ipapawalong visa ko. Para sa akin, boy, napakahalaga pagdating sa usapin ng environment. Na binibigyan at in-empower yung mga maaapektuhan. Gusto kong sabihin, binibigyan ng mekanismo yung mga stakeholders na pinapakinggan yung boses nila. Maraming mga mahahalagang batas na kailangang ipasa na. Example lang doon, yung land use bill. Kailangan mapasa na yun bilang batas. Dahil yun yung magsasabi, yun yung magpapanukala, alin bang mga lugar dito sa bansa natin ang kailangang ideklara ng mga no mining zones. Pag hindi pa ito napapasa, yung pag-i-issue natin ng mga permits ay hindi matatag yung nagiging basihan nito. Pangalawa, doon sa mga lugar na ipapayag yung mining dahil nakasaad sa Land Use Act na pwede yung gawing mga mineral sites, sisiguraduhin natin no, yung makikinabang yung locality. Hindi negosyante, hindi Pilipino, pero yung makikinabang, lalo na yung mga indigenous peoples, dapat sila yung makinabang, dapat pagpapayagan nito, Tito Boy, sisiguraduhin natin na yung boses ng mga maapektuhan ay pinapakinggan. Having said that, maraming mga bagay na sila yung magse-safeguard. Sila yung magse-safeguard ng environment. Aasikasuhin natin yung i-rationalize natin yung mga iba't ibang mga opisina na walang overlapping ng functions, halimbawa ng DENR, ng MGB, ng Climate Change Commission. Sisiguraduhin natin na klaro yung kanilang mga roles para yung accountability klaro din. Sisiguraduhin natin na kahit sa pagpili ng mga mamumuno sa mga opisinang ito, pinakinggan din natin yung boses ng mga environment advocates. Kasi napakahalaga, Tito Boy, na yung magre-represent sa akin sa cabinet. Siya yung magiging alter ego ko. Siya yung alter ego ng president. Dapat nagkakasundo kami sa paniniwala. And yung paniniwalang yon, yung priority natin. Ano ba yung makakabuti sa taong bayan? Ano ba yung makakabuti sa bansa natin?
Okay, VP Leni, is this tantamount to saying na ikay para sa total mining ban or ikay naniniwala ba sa sustainable mining?
Ako naniniwala ako, boy, sa sustainable mining. Pero para sa akin kasi, yung sustainability, maa-attain lang natin yon. Pag meron tayong maayos na mekanismo para yung mga nakatira doon, yung mga taong mangangalaga, ay binibigyan natin ng boses. Ngayon kasi,
VP, yun ang sinasabi madalas. No? I spoke to some people who are involved in the mining industry. And they would always say na pinangangalagaan naman na yung mga displaced na IPs, nagbibigay kami ng trabaho, we make sure that we don't pollute the rivers. Nakabaligtaran dahil ito ang reklamo ng mga environmental defenders.
saka ito kasi, Tito Boy, na naaabuso. Alam mo, merong requirement sa batas na konsultasyon. Pero yung konsultasyon kadalasan na ginagawa, eto reklamo to ng mga tao on the ground na lagi nating nakakausap. Ang kanilang reklamo ay parang masyadong superficial yung consultation na ginagawa. At hindi natin ito ipapayag. Kaya nga sinasabi ko, ang pinakamahalaga yung mekanismo. Hindi pwede na basta ka lang nagpa-meeting, ayun na. Sisiguraduhin natin na yung tunay na boses ng mga mamamayan pinapakinggan. Dahil
How do you do that? Yung tunay na konsultasyon ay yung sinasabi.
kailangan talaga isa batas. When I was in Congress, I was the principal author of the Empowerment Bill. Yung Empowerment Bill, nilalayon niya, magiging mandatory. Hindi lang sa mga local government units, pero sa lahat ng mga government agencies na magkaroon talaga ng mga people's councils. Na gustong sabihin ito, hindi lang na basta ka magpapamiting. Pero yung representation sa People's Councils, represented yung mga mahalagang stakeholders, and meron silang voting rights. Kabahagi sila mula sa step 1, mula sa planning, hanggang sa implementation, hanggang sa monitoring, hanggang sa evaluation.
So ang kapangyarihan ay manggagaling doon sa People's Council na yun.
Dapat kasi sila yung apektado
Na ikukonsulta at ikukonsulta ng gobyerno at saka ng mga tao na involved sa mining industry.
Saka i-empower talaga sila. Ang pag sinabi kong i-empower sila, kailangan bago sila nagdidesisyon, sisiguraduhin natin na naiintindihan nila.
But you realize, VP, that meron din mga contributions ang mining industry.
Totoo.
Sa ekonomiya.
And meron talagang mga responsible na mga mining companies. Pero ang sinasabi ko,
The environment. Specifically, the issue of mining.
Mining talaga ay very controversial, pero dapat ang tingin natin dyan, that is also a very valuable source of revenue for the government dahil ang laki ng ating mga natural resources dito sa Pilipinas. Dapat siguro, lalo na in these difficult times, we should take advantage of that. However, we have seen some of the disasters that have happened when it comes to mining. Kailangan lang talaga natin iwasan yan, the effect on the environment. We have sufficient regulations and we have sufficient monitoring, but hindi nasusunod. That is always the problem. We have the laws, but we are not able to implement them. We are not able to fully enforce them sometimes. So if we can do that, if we can take care of making sure that the environmental impact is in accordance with the law, then I think we can carefully exploit the natural resources to help the recovery of our economy. Now, when it comes to open pit mining, I think I'm a bit wary about that. Because it is very difficult to control the pollution that's caused by open pit mining, the leaching that occurs in open pit mining. There are many occurrences that even after the mine has been closed and they have covered it up and they have planted trees or they built houses on it, lumalabas ang lason, may lumalabas na kung ano-anong mga chemical that are bad for the health of the people who are around it. Kaya siguro pag-aralan ngayon natin yan, baka naman meron silang iniisip na bagong teknolohiya na pwede natin gamitin na sasabihin na safe ang open pit mining. But I have been studying this environmental problem that we have had since I was still in school. And open pit mining is one of those operations that talagang it raises alarms when it comes to, especially when it comes to exploiting natural resources and allowing the use of open pit mining.
Okay, you worry about open pit mining, but you are open to sustainable mining.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think it can be done. It is done in very many countries. We will just have to make sure that we are cooperating with the private companies who are involved in this operation. And I think that there are great opportunities to be had, so long as I say we are very careful about it. One of the things that we have in the Philippines is nickel. Nickel is an essential part now of batteries, the battery technology. So that is going to explode, and it already has actually. And that is something that we can take advantage of. We have sources of lithium, also battery technology. So there are really there's so much potential in all of that. So I think we have to look at everything because we have been left by the COVID in a very precarious economic situation, and therefore we have to explore everything that we can do to revitalize that.
Kung saan tayo pwede kumita. In terms of revenue, because napakalaki ng contribution din ng mining industry to our economy.
Absolutely, and the estimates are in the billions of dollars per year. And we cannot just ignore that, and we should make sure that like in any other industry, that the value and the profits stay within the community, and those that are working in the mines take advantage of this windfall.
So, Senator, to be more specific, doon sa ban na nilift ni President Duterte, doon sa new permits ng mining, that's not a problem to you. Your problem is the open pit mining.
Yes.
Kasi if we talk about about mining, yung mga nagsasabing responsible miners, ilan naman sa kanila, di ba? May mga nangyayari pa na water pollution, yung mga displacement of the locals,
That's right, yes.
at marami pang iba.
Yes, but those are the things that we can remedy. Because if the mining operation, if we keep it away from, I suppose, the congested communities kung saan maraming tao, it will make things a little better. Another issue about mining that's not spoken about very much are the benefits and compensation of those who are working in the mines. They work in a very difficult and dangerous
You're
situation.
talking about salaries, not just people who were displaced.
No, I'm talking about the people who actually go into the tunnels, and marami tayong nagiging casualty dyan. Kailangan natin na balikan, tiyakin.
VP, Leni, bakit hindi dapat iboto si Bongbong Marcos?
Number one, sinungaling.
You said that you are not, as Vice President, you are not going to run for President in 2022. No. You said that?
Yes.
Okay. Can you change your mind?
Pangalawa, in the difficult moments, hindi siya nagpapakita.
The thing that's happened here in this campaign, dumami ang debate eh. Everybody...
Parang hindi debate eh. Ba't ni-interview
Isa pa yun. Isa pa yun. We're not getting anywhere anymore. And if it's going to be that way, na pare-pareho na lang, and then wala, the debate that gets personal, what use is that to anyone? So, if there is a way that that the debate will be actually productive, constructive, that we can talk about policy, we can argue, we can debate as a proper debate, then fine, I would go.
Isko, bakit hindi namin, si Mayor Isko, bakit hindi dapat namin iboto?
Hindi klaro yung paninindigan sa maraming bagay.
Ping Lacson.
Maraming salita pero kulang sa on-the-ground na gawa.
VP Leni, bakit hindi namin dapat iboto si Manny Pacquiao, si Senator Manny Pacquiao?
Ito malungkot ito, boy, pero yung kabutihan ng loob kasi sa atin hindi sapat.
Bakit ikaw ang dapat namin iboto?
Ako, boy, pinakita sa nitong crisis na to, and many other crises in the past, na ang mga babaeng leader nagsha-shine during crisis. And ako, pinakita ko yan sa maraming trabaho namin dito sa OVP. Marami kaming mga krisis na nalagpasan with flying colors. Sabi ko nga, kung yung 2016 hanggang 2022,
Senator Bongbong, bakit hindi dapat iboto si VP Leni Robredo?
Are you going to ask me this of each of the presidential candidates? Well, I'm very hesitant to answer that because I do not believe and I do not indulge in negative campaigning.
Okay.
But I will go this far. And I will say that I believe that none of the other candidates have yet come to the conclusion that unity, ang pagkakaisa, ang ating pangangailangan. At doon magsisimula ang ating pagbalik na dito sa krisis ng pandemya.
So that's your answer to Mayor Isko, Senator
To all
Lacson?
of them. I said because
Senator Pacquiao.
and because of they have not seen that unity is a critical part.
Okay.
Then they have not been able to come up with a specific program, a detailed program for what we will do in the next years to recover from.
Bakit
pandemic.
ikaw ang dapat iboto?
Yeah, it's a converse of that because my message is about unity. And
Watch the other candidates and determine which is the best in terms of intelligence and interests. Please watch my next video. I'll include APO Marcos, since there's a lot of accusations against him.